Hi, everybody. Whew. All right, so what do we have in store for you today? I think we're going to focus a little bit on our abdominals today. We're going to focus on our upper abdominals and our lower abdominals. And the moves that we're going to do are going to focus real heavily on the upper, of course, but also some of the really small muscles in the lower abdominal region that we don't necessarily hit all the time. And when we're doing the exercise for the lower portion, it might not feel like you're really doing a whole lot, but you just wait till tomorrow and you'll start to realize you've definitely hit some areas that don't always get work. So a couple of things that I want to talk to you real quick just about how the moves are performed. That's why I'm facing you so that way you can see the leg movements before I lay back and we do the work. So as we're laid back, we're going to lift our leg, toes will be pointed as we lift. So we're going to lift, cross, lift, and down. Lift, cross, lift, and down. Some of the normal things that I end up seeing when I'm teaching a class is people might lift and bend the leg versus keeping the leg straight. So we don't want to lift and bend. We want to lift, cross, lift, and lower. So we keep the leg extended, we don't bend that knee. Slight bend just to keep the pressure off the joint, of course, safety issues. So we're going to lay back. A couple of things here. We want to try to keep that lower back to the floor, belly button's pulled in. Hands are just behind the head. Now, we want to support the weight of the head in the hands. We don't want to pull on the head, and you don't want to look towards your toes. You want to use the abdominal muscles. We lift towards the ceiling, and we're going to lower. Now, we're going to combine those two moves together. So here we go. We're going to exhale. We lift. We hold it up, over, up, down, release. Now we're going to alternate legs. So we lift, up, over, down, release. Keep going. So we're just going to keep alternating the legs here. You can pick up the pace here once you start getting comfortable with the move. Again, we're looking towards the ceiling, not towards the toes. And we're not really putting any pressure on the head or the neck. We're just there supporting it. Make sure you're breathing through the movements. Exhale on the lift, inhale on the lower. Now if you want to go ahead and speed it up a little bit, we can. Belly button's pulled in super tight. You are crunching those abdominals as you're lifting. You may be feeling this more so in your upper abdominals. Like I was saying, you may not feel like you're doing a whole lot on the lower section, but we are actually engaging quite a few muscles here. As you lift, use those hips and those lower abdominal muscles to lift that leg. Watch that knee. Make sure you're not bending the knee. So none of this. I don't want to see just the leg moving. Just the below the knee moving. We want the entire leg up, over, across. It's not a large movement, and depending on your flexibility too, you may not be able to come all the way to the other leg. You might have to keep it lifted up a tiny bit. So for myself, I can come up, I can touch, I can lift, I can lower. But there's a little bit of flexibility that's involved in this as well. So if you can't touch, that's okay. It's the movement in the direction that we're looking for here. Lower down, relax to the ground, let everything sink, just kind of bend the knees and shake them out a little bit. Now what we're going to do is we're going to lift the upper body, we're going to hold, and we're going to do the alternating legs while we stay in the hold. So we exhale, we lift, and then up, over, up, down. Alternate sides. Again, eyes are pointing towards the ceiling, chin is pointing towards the ceiling. Make sure that you can pull your hands away from your head. You don't want to pull that neck. We're just supporting the head. That's all we're doing. Belly button pulled in. You are breathing through this. Ho! Yes, indeed, it's starting to burn. Hang in there. Small movements. One more on each side. Lower the head and shoulders down. Pull the heels in. Take the pressure off that lower back. and just let everything sink into the floor. We're not done yet. We're just taking a little break. We're going to do another set just like that. Extend those legs, belly button pulled in, hands just behind the base of the neck. Lift, right leg up, over, up, down, release. Up, up, over, up, down, release. Just keep repeating. You can always pop in your favorite workout music for these videos that we're making. Makes it a little bit more fun. You take your favorite one, pop it in, and just go to town. Now our upper abdominals are definitely starting to burn a little. It's not a lot of movement, but we got stabilization going on because we're holding it up. And we have the movement with the lower portion of the body. Each time you come up, I want you to try to lift those shoulders a little bit higher off the floor. Use those abdominal muscles. Don't pull with your hands. So, as you start to speed this up a little bit, you can lift the upper body and the leg at the same time, and lower at the same time. Good job. Now, as we start to get tired, pull those hands away from the back of the neck, just so that way you're not pulling, just to keep that little bit of connection to what we're actually doing here, and we don't want to put that pressure on the neck. Last one. Now lift and hold and alternate the legs. Pull those hands away from the head just to make sure you're not pulling on your neck. Try to lift the shoulders a little higher. Oh yeah. Woo! Almost there. We're going to do 2 more on each side. Last one. Release it to the floor and just let everything sink to the floor. You can pull those knees up. We can drop them over to the right. Hands can shift over to the left. And switch. Pull your knees to your chest. Rock yourself up. Now, the great thing about this particular abdominal workout is you can do it anywhere. You do not need any type of equipment with you, right? I love those type of little workouts. Repeat the sets. Do the first 2 sets like we just did the first time you do it. See how your body reacts to it. If you're really, really sore, give it 2 days, then repeat it again. You can build on that as you go. Just start working up those repetitions and work up the number of sets that you do to build that strength and to keep you going. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done that. Appreciate you being here. Have a great day.